The president's spokesperson, Vincent Magwenya, has confirmed a cabinet reshuffle is imminent. This after President Ramaphosa accepted the resignation of his deputy, David Mabuza. eNCA senior reporter Aviwe Mtila is on the ground getting some reaction from civil society organizations, and he joins us now live. Good morning, Aviwe. So we have a number of organizations now saying that indeed it is imminent following the developments from yesterday. What are they saying, though, they would like to see should there be that reshuffle?
Good morning, Fudo, and the stage is set. We do know Vincent Magwenya from the presidency said that be on standby, and as journalists we're waiting for that announcement. As we were told, it's in a matter of days. Alliance partners have been already consulted, different stakeholders consulted, and we've seen the resignation, of course, of Deputy President Mabuza, paving the way, seemingly, for Paul Mashatile to come in, the current Deputy President of the African National Congress. What does civil society think about all these movements? What do they want from the cabinet reshuffle? Does it even matter? Let's find out from Outa's Wayne Duvenach. Thank you for joining us at eNCA. Number of vacancy in the cabinet itself. Transport Minister, we do know, as Mbalula has to be hands-on at the African National Congress. Minister of Electricity. What do you want to see as Outa?
Well, we just want to see the appointment of people that can do the job and tackle the maladministration and corruption and the administrative efficiencies that permeate government. In virtually every sector we've seen it. And we've not seen that in the past. So, yes, to the point of Fikile Mbalula, full-time Secretary General of the ANC, not really present in transport, yet PRASA's in a mess, Transnet's in a mess, our roads are in a mess. The e-toll Gazette still needs to be signed. He needs to be part of that. So this idea that the spokesperson at the presidency says, cabinet, government just carries on while people are not necessarily in their positions. Well, it doesn't. It doesn't. Things come to a grinding halt. So we need to see positions filled. I mean, the administration, public administration services position, been vacant for nearly a year now, since April last year. This is not good for this country. So hopefully we get people into various positions that are going to be able to do the work and exercise the moral courage and stand up to corruption. And that's not happening, certainly not coming across when you see the likes of Gwede Mantashe, Pravin Gordhan castigating the individual, playing the man and not the ball. The ball is, there is corruption, there is gross maladministration and politically connected people on the gravy train and Eskom's coal supply. Why don't government just demonstrate they're going to fix that? Who's going to do that as the Minister of Electricity now? And what's happening in that position?
I want to go to that position, a crucial one, Minister of Electricity in the presidency. Given what even the gone CEO, Andre Director, has suggested is happening at the power utility, billions get stolen. We know at least R1 billion every month, he told us, at the hands of the African National Congress, he suggests. What do you want to see happen around that specific ministry? Any particular name you want to see there?
Well, I think we need to go and get a specialist who understands the electricity landscape. And if the government can have and the president can have two people in ministries that are not necessarily MPs, there are good people, maybe from outside the country. Just think broad and wide of how do we fix this monolith, this massive organization that is in total crisis. Because the country's economy is in a total crisis as a result of that. It needs to be fixed. That department needs to have somebody who really understands what has to happen. But it needs somebody, again, with the moral courage, the courage to stand up to the minister, the president, and everybody and say, get in my way, and we are going to clash heads. And so hopefully the appointment there is somebody who's going to convince the public, and this is the issue here, is the public need to be convinced by what is happening in cabinet and the appointments. And there are far too many people currently in positions of power that are tainted through the Zondo report that sit in these positions. So while the president keeps plugging these positions with people that just do not give us confidence, then we will continue to lack our support and confidence in the government of the day. And this shows in the Edelman Trust Barometer. South Africa has the lowest trust of its citizens with government than any other country that is measured. Why is that? Well, that's because we have a lackluster, poorly governed government who thinks party first, not people.
What do you make of the suggestions from some experts that the president now has to sort of navigate between rewarding those that emerged victorious at the Nasrec conference while also appeasing the markets and the various industries?
Well, you see, this is a direct result and a fallout of a lack of electoral reform. And we know civil society is in court and trying to drive meaningful electoral reform. So what you have now is political appointments to do favors for people within the party, not appointments that say, what is the best person for this position? Where are these people in the ANC that are going to go and fix government? And while they continue to put party before the people and the country, you're going to have these shenanigans, these games, this politicking in the background. So decisions made in the corridors of Lutuli House as opposed to what does this country really need? I mean, the president isn't engaging with civil society, not just ARTA. There are many organizations that have got a lot of ideas and input to provide to fix the administration. When you have poor administration in government, which can be fixed by the right appointments in cabinet, you have the doors open for corruption and maladministration. And we see it in the mining sector with the SAMRAD system that has collapsed or not been put together properly. There's just so much that's gone wrong in all sectors of government.
And then just lastly, maybe quickly, how soon do we need this cabinet reshuffle, given that already on the 9th of December, of February, that Ministry of Electricity was announced. Now we're in March, still no minister there.
Yeah, look, I mean, the sooner we can get the right people into positions of power, the better. And the right people is the emphasis there. It doesn't matter if you want to put another stooge into some of these positions, then it doesn't matter. Leave the departments as they are because they're a mess and they'll continue to be a mess until we have good leadership, good governance. So, yes, we need it yesterday, but we need to have clarity on what's happening with DPE because they spoke about moving all the SOEs back into the other departments. Is that going to go ahead or not? Does Praveen's job now come to an end? Is Gwede Mantashe, the big question, going to remain on as cabinet minister, a minister of DMRE? Is he? Because if he does, he's a problem in that department. And who's going to fill electricity? I think those are the three big ones, and then transport and the deputy president. Let's see what happens. We need to hear those announcements. Hopefully the president himself exercises the necessary moral courage to do what's right for the country, not what's right for the ruling party, who is tainted with corruption.
All right, thank you very much. Wayne Duvenage from the organization Undoing Tax Abuse saying, let's see what happens as the president needs to put in the right people that can actually do the job.